I want to start today by asking parents, more especially, and want to be parents and would be parents and future parents, is your child's chosen career path important to you? In the sense that, are you one of those parents who are like, no, my child is going to be an astronaut, or he's going to have a career in corporate, or this, that, and the third. Are you that sort of parent who, who's, I want to say old school, in the sense that he wants the professional path. Your child must be a professional. This whole radio and DJing situation does not work for you as a parent. Is that something is it something that you worry about as your child grows and everything like that? Fun fact about me. I think I started DJing a long time ago. Yeah, well, I started DJing a long time ago, but it wasn't necessarily something my mom was into. Uh, but I mean, I think with the growing trend and things sort of going a digital path and in some instances, and in some instances where we would have been, in the, well, how can I put this? The world has now sort of moved from the sort of, I think I want to call it mainstream careers and everything like that. Because I mean, people make millions off digital media now. People make millions as TikTok influencers or TikTok entertainers and TikTok comedians and all of that stuff. Now, as a parent, is that sort of career path something you subscribe to? Is it something you would want your child partaking in? Because I mean, if my son can make R1 million or more of TikTok, then I should be retiring. I mean, it should be easy for me to retire from radio and DJing, if and then just be his manager, just be his TikTok manager or something like that. Is it something you want you would want for your children? And is it something I mean, let me know. Are you that sort of parent who still wants, mainstream or traditional careers, your teachers, your nurses, your lawyers, your doctors, this, that, and the third? And also understand that in consideration, also consider the fact that there's a lot of money to be made in sports right now, shout out to Siabonga Zizim Matilo Situ Mamele from King Willie. What up? What up, King Willie? Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for listening, Mr. Matilo Siabonga Zizi Matilo says Usbugele, and he's listening from King Williamstown. I also want to see your opinion, man, Siabonga, on the hot topic. Is your child's career or chosen career path important to you? Is it something that you're willing to fight, to the very end? And I also want to advise that you shouldn't. I don't know how to put it. I wouldn't want anybody to dictate, how where a child's career goes, because some of us, there are some people who grew up forced into or thrust into a certain career path because their parents thought this is the chosen career path. And some people are, were or are unhappy, where one would want to be a lawyer or, for that matter, an entertainer. But, your career choice was influenced by your upbringing or your parental background or anything like that, where for the most part, parents were like, they don't necessarily understand, because I know our parents didn't necessarily understand, some chosen career paths. My sisters are lawyers. My one's a lawyer and one is a doctor. And I'm a radio presenter, and I'm very happy doing what I do. And not to say that my sisters are not happy with what they do, but you know, that was a choice that they made. It wasn't influenced by, by parents or anything like that. It's something that they chose to do and something that makes them happy, So, I want to think that they're thriving and they're enjoying what they're doing as much as I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now. So, I think it's more about what makes the child happy. Of course, you want to influence the decision positively and not force the don't force the decision, rather influence it or impact the decision positively by saying, for instance, say now my son wakes up tomorrow morning and says he wants to be a DJ like his father. Okay, fair enough, but he still has to go to school. You have to still learn the business practice or the business side of the industry as an entertainer, where you can maximize your profits. You can maximize everything. You can maximize that is positive regarding the career. Unless they say they want to be a drug dealer. Hamza Picholo says, yes, it is important. Yet, I cannot decide for him though, but I can advise and guide. Sport is a big nose. Also, so Hamza was a sportsman once upon a time. Unless it is an individual sport like tennis, golf, etc., not a group sport. Okay, I want to understand that. Why wouldn't you, if you don't mind elaborating on the ports on the point of team sports, Hamza? Why are you not keen on your child joining team sports if they're good at it? For instance, if your son or daughter is good at, say, your rugby, your tennis, your cricket, why wouldn't you want them to be part of a team sport, especially if they're good at it? Why? Unless, or is it a history thing, or do you have a history with team sports that didn't work out particularly well for you? Do let me know. And good afternoon to you too, Hamza. Thank you very much for the greeting. Shouts out to Siyabonga Zizi Matilo for reacting to the post as well. So I'm hoping Hamza is going to give us a bit of insight into, or an elaboration into his point. Very fair point, though. Individual sports do make a lot of money. They tend to make a bit more money than the team sports. I mean, it's only special individuals that go on to make the big bucks in team sports. But I would like to get a further insight into the point that you've made, if you do have a moment for us. But yeah, that is his take. It is important. He's not a fan of kids going into sport, and I was also having this conversation with some friends of mine. I think last week or the week before. There's this growing trend. Well, it's not a growing trend. It's been there for a while of sort of thrusting kids, particularly little girls, into the world of pageantry, where Mnana is going to be an 8-year-old doing pageants. If it's something that they want, I wouldn't. I think where Hamza and I agree would be, I don't think I would be carting my child around doing pageants, because one, I mean, that robs them of their childhood. For me, it's something that doesn't necessarily look like it's fun. It looks more like a job. Can you imagine a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old touring the country and the world doing pageants at 8 years old? No, there's nothing. No, none of that. And Hamza's back with his elaboration. Okay, He says it's too much politics. I used to play for Jomo Cosmos's development ranks. Oh, wow, that's pretty dope. You simply depend on another human being to make it through, whether you are good or not. People are evil, and that is what I can say. Huh. Okay. Okay. Um, I think it's very self-explanatory. Okay, you've made your point. You've made your point, Hamza. I'm with you. I follow you now, and I've heard a lot about the whole. I want to call it tribalism or provincialism, or if that's even a thing, regarding making it big in the Gauteng teams, as a soccer player particularly. I've seen a lot of horror stories where guys say they aren't taken seriously as soccer players when they move from, say, your Eastern Cape to or your KZN to your Joburgs and the Joburg teams particularly. So I'm guessing your story is relative to that, Hamza. But yeah, if you don't feel like divulging any more information, we can't force you. But that point is pretty self-explanatory. I do get it. I do understand it. But yeah, thank you very much to Hamza for his insights. Hamza Picholo is another listener who's very frequent on the show. Makes a lot of sense. But I do make the point of pageantry as well. I guess two different worlds, similar struggles. But yeah, but it's not a knock to those parents who seem to have to be making it work, But I warn against, burning out a child and then they would have maybe made it big as a model or as a dancer or what have you. And by the time they're 15, 16, they're just over it completely. They don't want to be doing pageantry anymore because I've done it already. I won when I was 8 years old. I won when I was 9, 10 years old. Why am I still doing this? So you wanna still have the passion for it. I think it's more about nurturing your child's passion for whatever it is that they're trying to do, or whatever it is that they're good at, and all of that stuff. So I think for me, it's not really about dictating or it being important. Yes, it is important. My child's success is very important to me, but it's more about passion for me. I want them to be passionate about what they do. And that for me is the most important part. So yeah, I think that would be the hot topic for today, man. I think it's time for us to get ready for the Let's Just Drive mix. Guess who is doing it? Yes, it is me. Yes, yours truly. Don't worry. No more guesses. Don't worry about guessing. So we are going to get into some music now while I try and prepare for the Let's Just Drive mix up until the top of the hour. Don't forget to vote for the Triple Threat request. That is on our Facebook page. Keith Nyesi Radio is our Facebook page. If you haven't seen it there, our options for this week, and the winner will be played on Friday, are Burna Boy with Last, and we do have KO, Young Stunner, and Blackie Besiti Bonasete. And of course, our third option is AKA with Nasty C, Besiti Bona Lemons. So those are your options. They are up on our Facebook page. Do vote, comment down there, and I will check out the comments as the week progresses. And I will keep reminding everybody as to what the criteria is. Of course, you just vote for the song. The rules are simple. Vote for the song, and you will hear your song on Friday afternoon at the designated time, which is 10 to 4. Yeah, 10 to 4. We will be playing that song live on the show. And of course, it is now time for me to wrap up the hot topic for today and try and get ready for the Let's Just Drive mix. Otherwise, this is a Black Coffee, Amano Tumelo, and Victor Duplay. The track is called All Alone. It's enough for the hot topic for today.